welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Gwen, but over here the family calls me Cousin G. And I'm back with some more Sistas content. Cousins, y'all seen that title, you already know what I'm here for. It's the Sistas Season 7, Episode 18. Recap and review. This episode was called Where Do Broken Hearts Go? Girl, Lord, they took me, cousins, they took me. Let's get into this review. Oh, Lord, cousins. Oh, I hate to see this girl cry. So we start this episode off with Andi walking into the law office. This is continuing on from when Gary rolled up on this girl in this parking lot. She is distraught in this office, y'all. She keep breaking down, crying. And girl, this is so horrible. She make it to her office and she end up getting a phone call from Penelope or whatever. And Penelope is just calling her to vent to her about how she can't wait to take Gary down. Sis don't even know that Gary approached this girl in this doggone parking garage and threatened her life and Jordan's life already. I don't know whether or not she gonna go through with it. I don't know if she scared to go through with it, but at this point, man, girl, Gary done put a threat on this girl's life. She don't know what to do. She don't know what to do, cousins. She is very much distraught. She don't know what to do. This is so sad. And she hear Penelope on the phone. Penelope say, I'm stuck in this hotel room grieving my unborn child by myself. We need to take this dirtbag down, period. I agree with y'all, but y'all better come up with a master plan, because Gary a different type of somebody to take down, cousin. A different type of somebody. Next thing, cousins, we at Brookhaven Bank with Maurice. Maurice arguing back and forth with his coworker girl. The jokes came flying out. He said, I think I hear a bit of white noise. I'm done. He literally don't get along with none of these new coworkers. He don't. They don't like him and he don't like them. Y'all know Maurice. He a tough cookie to get along with sometimes, because Maurice just be letting anything fly out his mouth. Y'all already know how extravaganza rules. But Sabrina comes out of her office or whatever, and you know, she asking what's going on. And like, y'all stop fighting in front of these customers. And Maurice said, it's always these people with no lips. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. Maurice, you wrong for that. Oh, he do have lips. Oh, I can't stop laughing. I cannot stop laughing. So Maurice then, Sabrina asked Maurice about him and Grayson or whatever, and he just started complaining about all the stuff that Grayson did that he don't approve of. And all this to me is Maurice masking his hurt behind potentially losing Grayson. I don't know if they back together or not. We didn't get no 411 on that. Really, especially after Maurice left that club, the way he did, girl, he carried on. He did too much. I'm going to just say he did too much, girl. And I mean, complaining about everything the man did. I'm done. I am done. Maurice needs to go see Krisha too. All these people need counseling on this show, girl. But Maurice needs to go pay a visit to Krisha, because he really have something going on with Maurice. I can't put my finger on it, but y'all see it. Everybody who watched this show see Maurice have some unsolved issues within that he needs to deal with, so he could stop trying to sabotage his love life and his life as a whole. But after he tells Sabrina about him and Grayson issues or whatever, this man walked into the bank and all eyes is on him, and Maurice like, who is that? And Sabrina turned around like, oh, you better not say nothing else, Big Sabrina. You better not say nothing else. Next thing, cousins, we back at Karen's salon. Karen is on the phone with her mama or whatever. I guess she not need a ride, but her mama offers to accompany her to go and get her ultrasound today. Well, during that day, girl, because you already know how these days rule in the Tyler Perry universe. But to go to her doctor's appointment or whatever, and she said, you know, Miss Lisa said, you know, I'm going to always be there to support you or whatever. But these children do have fathers that can't accompany you. And she started making all the excuses. If Zach come, then Fatima just gonna bulldoze her way in to come too. And then if Aaron come, all he gonna be trying to do is be father of the year. Girl, look, let me tell you something. At least these men want to be involved and you not in a corner rocking yourself, crying, thinking you going to be alone raising 2 children on your own. This is what I did not understand. This is what I do not understand about Karen. Like, what is it that you truthfully want, girl? What do you want out of these men? Miss Lisa told the same thing. Like, girl, you are capable of handling all 3 of these people on your own. I'll be there for moral support, but you can't keep expecting me to be these babies' daddies. And I think that's what she was looking for. Like, are you striving to be a single parent, Karen? Like, what are you doing? I don't know, girl. I don't know. But she said, speaking of financial issues or whatever, and that was after Miss Lisa said she was going to be there to help her or whatever. She said, speaking of financial issues, and Miss Lisa said, are you still having financial issues? She said, yeah, my insurance lapsed after Pam was using my credit cards, running up my credit cards with her little business. When Pam used your money, girl, you ain't invest in that girl company. All she used was your back room to store her products. And she's selling her products out your shop. That's it. Or whatever. So when she explained that to her mama, Miss Lisa was like, well, shouldn't you get a cut if she using all your space and doing it out your space? Girl, let me tell you something. Karen owed that girl money. She still probably ain't paid this girl from when her salon burned down and she was helping her. So if you really want me to keep it a stack, Karen owed Pam money. Not the other way around. And y'all should have seen how big her eyes got when after Miss Lisa said that Pam should be giving her a cut. Girl, I ain't giving you nothing. I ain't giving you a dime, Nathaniel. You could expect nothing from me. Girl, I don't owe you nothing. You better not come to me with your hands stuck out because I'm going to slap you. I'm just saying, cousins. That made me so mad. No, I do not owe you nothing at all. You got me messed up. You got me messed up. 0.5, girl. What is wrong with you? Girl, I'm mad Miss Lisa even said some crap like that. Girl, One thing I did appreciate about Miss Lisa being on that phone was her calling out the fact that her daughter is jealous of Pam. And that is true. That is true. And cousins, I've been calling this out. She is jealous of that girl. Because her business taking off. And Karen's business is good or whatever right now. But in the finance department, it's not doing well at all. At all. Not a drop of well. Anytime you got people calling you about your insurance, girl, and you talking about you trying to blame Pam for it, and she ain't even touched your coins to even open her little business, girl, bye-bye. You need to look in the mirror and point that finger at yourself. Thank you, management. Then, as she's on the phone with her mama talking about that, Pam walks in to tell Karen she's sorry she late, but she had to go to her cousin to go store up some product at her house so she could sell it. Where is she? Miss Lisa then stirred the pot, not knowing nothing. She used your storage room. She used your reserves to store her products and this, that, and the other. First of all, Miss Lisa, girl, you need to sit in that salon for 24 hours to see how everything really go down. Because your daughter only tell you what she wants you to know. Based on what you've seen, what have you seen? This sounds like all stuff that Karen has told her mama. For her mama to put this together to make it seem like Pam owe this girl money. No, ma'am. Karen owe Pam money. At this point, y'all really want me to keep it a stack. Probably still ain't paid that girl back from when that salon burnt down, like I said. And that girl was helping her set that salon. No, Karen or Pam, come on. If you really want to talk money, and that girl was nice enough to help her rebuild that salon. Girl, no ma'am. She even helped get people together to help her set her stuff up. Girl, Oh, her what? I ain't paying you, Nathaniel, not a cent, girl. Bye-bye. Next thing, cousins, we back at Brookhaven Bank with Sabrina Maurice. And the mystery guy, finally introduces himself as Damani Hendricks. He is I don't want to say reporter, but journalist of some type for the bank's newsletter. And he's there to ask Sabrina if she's willing to be interviewed for an article that he's writing about the bank's financial department or whatever. Girl, Maurice get on my nerves. When Damani woke up, he said, I'm looking for Sabrina Hollins. Maurice stick his hand out. I'm Sabrina Hollins. Girl, I'm done. I am done. Sabrina looked at Maurice like, you is tripping. You really is tripping. So she interrupted him and said, no, I'm Sabrina Hollins. That's Maurice. And she pointed at the name tags like, don't get it confused. He's just playing. So he let Sabrina know what he's there for or whatever. And like I said, it's for her to do an interview or whatever for the newsletter or the newsletter article that he's writing or whatever. And she said, okay, that's fine or whatever. At first, she was not up for it or whatever because I don't know why she wasn't up for it. But he sold it, baby. He started mentioning how other young black women might read this article and be inspired by Sabrina's survival or whatever, gone through what she has been through. Because, of course, Damani did his research on the bank robbery and stuff like that, and her doing time in jail for a crime she didn't commit. Y'all know that already. So I guess young black women would look at her story as an inspiration and a push for them to get into that field or whatever if they so chose to. So she agreed to it. She said, like, how could I say no to that? So she agreed to it and she invited him into her office, but he told her that he would rather a more intimate, I don't want to say intimate setting, but a more relaxed setting where, you know, the questions and answers could flow smoothly. And he invited her to dinner or whatever. And she was like, well, okay, she does agree to it. Girl, Maurice get on my nerves. Maurice get on my nerves, y'all. He disgusted. He is disgusted. Oh, cousins, girl, next thing, girl, y'all, girl, have no good words, We at Daniel's apartment. She gets a strange knock at the door. It's Tiffany. Why are you at my house, girl? Why? What's your purpose for being here, sis? You want something too? You swing that way too? Girl, why are you here? So Tiffany is at Danny's house to confront her about a vape pen she found in her daughter's book set that belongs to Danny. She asked Danny why she gave her daughter that vape pen. First of all, girl, you need to be questioning your daughter and her little sticky fingers. That's what you need to be doing, Tiffany. You don't need to come over here insulting my girl. And I mean throwing all the insults at Danny. Once I get Tony to realize that you're detrimental to our children's well-being, you won't last long, throw game or not. Apparently, you didn't do well either, Tiffany. That's why you the ex-wife. This girl is more delusional than Karen. I think Karen had made her delusion match, girl, at this point. Tiffany, you're delusional. Check your child for touching other people's property. And I realized I can't have my kids around somebody like that. And Tony gonna realize it too. And he gonna leave you alone. Girl, you've already been left in the trash bin, girl. That man don't want you. He don't want you no more. You came back here thinking you was about to lighten the load and get your man back. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So Danny tell her, girl, you still don't realize you his ex-wife? What's going on up there in your mind? You don't realize this. This girl is delusional. I think the army got her brain scrambled too. Girl, something going on up there in that girl head. And girl, she just, all the insults. And y'all know how Danny, if I was Danny, I would have slid that girl. First of all, don't come in my house. I didn't invite you in. She just walks herself into this girl's house. And if Danny would have beat that behind girl, she would have been well within her rights to. Because first of all, I didn't invite you in my house. You definitely broken into. Come on. The police can't arrest me, but they could arrest you for breaking and entering. Y'all ready to go that route? That what you ready for, Tiffany? Like I told y'all, I don't care what branch of the army this girl a part of. I will still slide you. What is wrong with you, girl? What is wrong with you? Don't come in my house. Then she bumped Danny on her way out and threw her vape pen. God knows why. I think it was on the couch. And Danny gonna tell her, you only get one of those. Girl, she shouldn't have got none. She shouldn't have got none. I'd have locked that door and gave that mother somebody the business. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong? You don't come in my house. The whole scene pissed me off. It pissed me off. And I know damn well Tony better be... Girl, this whole scene made my nerves bad, girl. I wanted to be Tiffany facing, girl. It was that bad. That bad. How dare you come into this woman's house and disrespect her based on your child being a criminal? Girl, check your child and your parenting. That's what you do, sis. Don't come at me talking about you can't even watch my children. No, ma'am. You don't even watch your children. You didn't even teach your children not to touch other people's stuff. You got these people feeling entitled to touch people's stuff. No, ma'am. That's not what life is. You're not entitled to touch things that do not belong to you. That's the first lesson that should have been taught to your children. Before you took your married behind to go serve these people country. That's what you should have done. You should have been serving yourself as a parent and teaching your children the right way to go. Thank you. But I can't blame her. I don't know why she chose to give her life to the army or whatever. I don't know. I know that's her prerogative. But I'm saying, handle your business at home, sis, before you go run off. That's all I'm saying, girl. That's just, girl. This whole scene had my nerves bad because that's it. Let me get off. Let me get off. I'm shaking, girl. Next scene, cousins, we back at the law office. Andi is sitting in her office, girl. She's still sobbing, but she trying to put on that poker face at the same time. And Fatima comes into her office, giving her the paperwork and stuff that she had prepared for her, or whatever. You know, she noticed something is wrong with Andi, and when she asked her what's wrong, Andi tried to play it off somehow. Well, you know, I didn't get enough sleep, and Andi, girl, cut it. Cut the BS, girl. We know when something is wrong with you. You can't hide that. Your poker face sucks. It sucks. You can't hide nothing from us. And Fatima, tell her that, girl, I've known you long enough. What is wrong with you? I know when something wrong with you. What is wrong with you, sis? What's going on? So she said, well, you know, and I guess she don't really get into all of the explanation in this scene because it's very much short. All of these scenes today was short. But it's okay. Still getting on track. Next scene, cousins, we in Gary office, child. Now, the beginning of this scene, something really stuck out to me. When the office secretary or office assistant or whatever she is that answer the calls, when she called Gary to let him know that he had a guest waiting on him or whatever, she didn't address him as Gary. She addressed him as Mr. Marshall Borders. So what is Gary's real name, y'all? Because this is disgusting with these names. It's disgusting. What are we calling him? Mr. Marshall Borders? Who is Marshall? That's what we need to be doing some research on next. Marshall. Because he might have went by that name too. He go by John Smith, Marshall Borders, Gary Marshall Borders. Girl, this is all so confusing. So the office secretary calls him to let him know that Tamara is coming to see him. No, she did not schedule no appointment at all. She just showed up. She just popped up or whatever. And she walked into his office and they have some words. And that's according to Hayden. Like, aren't you worried that your little boyfriend, and he said that Hayden was her boyfriend. Y'all know that girl and Hayden is married. Unless they got the marriage annulled and they started over, who knows? This is Tyler Perry's land, girl. I don't ask no questions. At this point, I don't ask no questions. But, you know, the conversation about Hayden potentially popping up, come up, and Tamara tell him, no, he with that old biddy Miss Willis handling her case. So he don't have time to pop up. He all in her face. So, no, I don't think that's going to happen. Or whatever. She asked him how come he haven't been responding to the multiples of text messages that she's been sending him. First of all, sis, why is you still texting him? What is the purpose? Yeah, she didn't let her feelings get involved with Gary. Because no, ma'am. No, ma'am. If I'm playing a game like that, my feelings is off. I told y'all what I'm doing. I'm going in straight vampire mode. I'm turning the humanity switch off. I don't have no feelings. I'm numb. And that's where Tamara filed up to me. She messed up like that. She let her feelings get involved. And now she's trying to blackmail Gary now. Because she mentions going to the FBI and letting them hear that tape. Gary swear to God the tape is edited. Boy, ain't nothing about that tape edited. That tape is ran full through. Ain't no cuts, copies, or pastes. That's you and her in full action. No edits. She ain't have to edit nothing out. And the way she was hollering, baby, I'm pretty sure the FBI buy that. The FBI take that and buy that as sexual assault. Pretty much. I'm just saying. Man, look. You done told him what you gonna do. Why y'all keep telling him what y'all gonna do? Y'all running y'all mouth too much. Y'all talking too much. Mississippi mouth. Y'all running too much. Girl, don't let him know what you about to do. Then he insults her and tells her that she stink. But Gary, you was just down there. What is you talking about? You sure it stink? Or did it smell like a full course meal to you? Because you was enjoying it. So did it really stink like that? I hate when dudes do that. I hate when they do that. Oh, yo, meow stink. I could never. First of all, sir, you was down there having a full course meal. You wasn't saying it was stink then. You was enjoying that stuff. You was enjoying that. Like it was a full course meal, girl. Filet mignon. You was enjoying it. Don't try me. What is wrong with you? I hate when dudes do stuff like that. Like, you sure it stink? Are you sure it stink? Because you enjoyed it. That means you like, never mind. I ain't going to go there. But he insulted her and everything, girl. And after he called her a crack baby, asked her if her mama dropped on her head when she was a crack baby, she felt insulted. Then, after he finished insulting her, she tried to swing on him. And he grabbed her, and I guess he had her in position like, you ain't about to do nothing or whatever. And then he going to kissing her. And he gonna say, see, I can have your raggedy behind when I want to. Get out of my office. And she tell him, boy, you really don't know who you playing with. He really don't know who he playing with. He really don't, y'all. I don't think he really knows. She still got ties to Madam, too. So then she politely spits on him and she leave out his office. Like, all right, Tamara, girl. All right. My thing right here is Tamara got connections to Madam. Fatima got, for sure, connections to Madam. So either one of them could call Madam and some stuff could go down. Y'all understand where I'm going with this? It could go either way. Either way, Garrett done filed up again. Next scene, cousins, we are at the Taylor's residence. Hey, Roman. I see you with your cute self. So it's Michael and Zach. Zach is giving Roman some apple juice or whatever because the doctor tells him that he needs to keep him hydrated. The only way I see a doctor telling him to keep him hydrated like that is if he kind of sick on the slick side. I don't know, but we'll get to that or whatever. So Zach receives a phone call from Karen, letting him know that she has a doctor's appointment and asking him if he would like to come or whatever. And you know, he said, yeah, of course. Of course I would like to come. And then she then proceeds to say, well, if you want to invite Fatima, she can come too. Well, ain't that nice of you, Karen? Ain't that nice of you? I like this look on Karen, but how long is this gonna last for real? Cousins, I'm just saying, cause y'all know how Karen is. She shifts at the speed of light. So I don't know. But I'm gonna keep my third eye open on this one, y'all. I am because y'all know how Karen likes to shift. Her temperament changes from time to time. You never know which part of her you're getting. At all, child. At all. So I'm just saying, cousins. I'm just saying. Y'all see how she switched up before. I'm just saying. He done lost his mind. Cause, girl, next scene, we're in the office with Tony and Danny. Danny is running it down to Tony about how Tiffany came in her apartment, blaming her for what her daughter took from her house. What got me is Tony still didn't see it. All he said was, yeah, Tiffany was wrong for coming at you like that about what Brianna. No, Tony, let me tell you something, Tony. But you need to be more careful about when my kids come around or whatever. You know what? Like I said, Tony, that's not her fault. That your child don't know how to keep her hands to herself and not touch other people's stuff. That's up to y'all to teach her. I am not her parent. Y'all are her parents. So don't blame me when she start picking up my stuff. Y'all need to teach your child not to touch other people's stuff. And then it basically said everything Cousin G been saying this whole while since this kleptomaniac started stealing Danny's stuff. She need her ass whooped. At the end of the day, he gonna say it's a different time. No, children still need their ass whooped. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, there's child abuse. No, it's not. It's discipline. We'll just talk to them, positive reinforcement. Yeah, I do all that. I'll combine all that. But they still need their ass whooped if they don't get it the first time. How many times can you explain to a child not to do stuff and then they still don't understand? And they keep going do it. Children live to test their parents. I was one of them. And I'm not going to even lie to y'all. I did test my parents. Who didn't test their parents? We kids, we learning. So along the lines of teaching us, they're teaching. I don't know how to explain this. I just know what I know. And like I told y'all before, I'm old school. I believe in ass whoopings. And I also believe in communication with your child. And they go hand in hand, y'all. And that's what people don't get. That's what they don't get. A little pat on the butt ain't killing the child. It's not. Spare the ride, spoil the child. It's in the Bible, for God's sake. Y'all serious? Y'all serious right now? Don't take it there with me. We will debate all day long. All day long. And I'm here for it. What's up? I got time. But everything Danny said was right. It goes back to the parents. Maybe y'all not doing something right. What this little girl is stealing. But y'all want to know what my theory is? My theory is this lady is telling this little girl to take stuff from Danny so that she could get her husband back and make Danny look bad in the process. Come on, hear me out. And y'all know where I'm going with this. She is orchestrating this stuff with her daughter to make Danny look bad so Tony could leave Danny and then get back with her. Sis, he divorced you for a reason. And I'm pretty sure that reason still stands strong. That's why y'all not together now. Like, girl. I don't need you. He gonna tell her, I don't need you telling me how to raise my child. Obviously, somebody needs to, because you ain't doing it right, because the little heifer out here still touching other people's stuff. Now, if you was in a hood person place touching their stuff, girl, you know that child that got her ass knocked out. I'm just saying. Ain't nobody gonna be too lenient with her. They might just knock the piss out of her for touching their stuff. That's them people property. Why is you... Girl, look, I'm just saying. I'm setting up different scenarios, because, girl, it could have been different. It could have went completely different had Danny not had the good head she had on her shoulders. I'm just saying. Tony and Tiffany need to come together and get on their children about touching other people's stuff. And they with the grandma all the time, too. Why is you not telling your mama that your child touching you need some help explaining it to her? She with the grandma, and the grandma got wisdom. Or does she? I'm just saying, girl, I'm off this scene, because, girl, Tony done pissed me off. So him and his wife, ex-wife, Ep.18, pisses me off real bad, cousins. Real bad. Next thing, cousins, we back in the law office. We're now in Andy's office. It's Andi and Fatima. And Andi is getting ready to tell Fatima what happened. But then Zach calls Fatima to let her know that Michael's fever broke and he's good to go, and also to let her know that Karen invited both of them to go to the doctor's appointment with her to get her ultrasound or whatever. And he, Zach is excited, per normal, as he should be, because it feels like Karen is finally coming around and accepting the fact that this is going to be a blended family, girl. All this is going to be blended together. So Fatima tells Zach, well, look, babe, I can't come because we have a lot of stuff going on at the office. Just find somebody to go, find somebody to watch Michael or whatever, because apparently the nanny is out of commission on this day, y'all. She out of commission or whatever. So now Zach has to find somebody to watch Michael while he goes to the hospital or whatever. And so they end their phone call, and then Fatima gets back to Andi, asks her, what's going on. And Andi telling her, no, if you need to go ahead. That's family. I understand. Just go. And Fatima tell her, like, no, it's fine. I'm here. What's going on? So before she starts getting into the conversation about what's really going on, somebody comes in and lets them know that Marie has called to let them know that she's downstairs and she's on her way up. And Andi's just like, man, look, she said, look at me. I'm a mess right now. I don't have time to be meeting with her or whatever. So Fatima saying, well, let me go and greet her or whatever. And you just sit up in here and you get yourself together or whatever. And Fatima is literally concerned about Andi because Andi is off and on crying. Girl, Gary got this girl terrified. Man, she needed to carry her a purse gun, man. Oh, my God. She needed a purse too, girl. Because, girl, Gary. You would have had one in between them eyes because it's rolling up behind me like that. Boy, you done lost your mind. Girl, this girl is terrified. Oh, it's just ordered. Girl, this a lie. I feel sorry for you, Andi. I really do. My heart feels for you. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. Next scene, cousins, we at Karen's salon. And Danny walks in. So now I know who initiated the conversation. It was Danny. Asking Karen, could they talk? So Karen agrees and she says, let's step into my office or whatever. So they do step into the office or whatever, and they both take a seat. And Karen, you said you wanted to talk, so talk. So Danny tell her, look, I don't know how you feel or whatever, but I'm really tired of this back and forth and this little friendship that we got going on. Like, I'm not feeling it. So Karen said she feel the same. And Danny go into it. It's like, I can't do nothing right when it comes to you. I can't do nothing right. And that's true. Y'all know Karen ain't go high and mighty. Y'all know it. And if it ain't her way, it's the highway. Y'all know how Karen get down. So I see where Danny is coming from. Like, that stuff is draining, girl. That's very much draining. Like, girl, just get away from me, girl. So Karen say, well, Danny, that ain't the truth. That ain't the truth. And Danny tell her, girl, I'm telling you how I feel. So it ain't for it to be true to you or not. Or whatever. So then Karen say, well, can I tell you how I feel? I feel betrayed. Girl, bye. She said, one of my best friends in the whole world is always siding with everybody else against me. Karen, girl, let me tell you something. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And when you wrong, I'm going to point it out. I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing for you, girl. That's what you looking for people to be. Your hype men when you wrong. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm not about to let you parade around like you right all the time. I'm not going to let you do that. And I'm not going to be a part of it, sis. You got me up 0.5. She going to say she was way too down for Zach when they was going through all their BS or whatever. And now you got to be down with Fatima too. Girl, let me tell you something. Paul, Peter, whoever you... Girl, she disgusting. She disgusting. She disgusting. You won't take their side. You won't do this. You won't do that. No, Karen, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if they right, I'm on their side. If you wrong, I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing for you, sis. You looking for me to tell you right in every situation that you wrong in. And that's not the type of person I am. I'm not about to lie to you. I'm not about to sugarcoat nothing for you to make you feel better about yourself. That's for you to do within, sis. Not for me to do. And I'm not about to hold your hand while you do this. I'm not. You're wrong. And I'm going to tell you when you're wrong. For the other people sugarcoating stuff and not telling this girl when she wrong, y'all are not doing nothing but enabling her to keep doing the same stuff without changing it. Y'all enabling this girl. Girl, this is disgusting. Basically, Karen tell her, you had their back more than you had mine, and I'm your best friend. First of all, Karen, girl, you don't even like Danny. I peep game in season 1, sis. You tolerate her. You don't like Danny like that. Let's really keep it a stake here. Let's please keep it a stake. She don't like Danny. Y'all know she don't like Danny. She never has liked Danny. She tolerated Danny because Danny was cool with all her other friends in the sister circle. That's what it was. And now you mad because Danny is friends with the girl who you feel is trying to take Zach away from you. First of all, Zach wasn't yours to take, sis. You had already kicked him to the curb. Several times. So siéntese. Have several seats, Karen. You already had then kicked him to the curb. And Danny told her that, first of all, Zach, my homeboy, and I happen to think Fatima is a very cool chick. And she couldn't really say nothing about that. She couldn't come back that. She couldn't. Because she know Fatima cool as hell. She know that. She knew that even before she knew Fatima was messing with Zach. She knew that. So why are you trying to make it seem like everybody is out to get you? Something you told him to come get a DNA test from me because I was promiscuous in college. What I mean, Karen, girl, your legs was open like a 7-Eleven. You got 2 babies in your stomach by different men. What you trying to paint the narrative as, girl? Is you Polly Pocket? You a little princess? Girl, no, you're not. Your mama might tell you that and whisper sweet nothings in your ear like that. But we already know what type of woman you are, Karen. This the situation you in. Of course, get that DNA test. And like Danny said, Zach is my homeboy first and foremost. He was my homeboy. I threw him on you. Don't forget that. Please. Please don't forget that. Girl, I'm so tired of this, girl. I'm so tired of this. So Danny definitely explains to her, I understand how it could have came across that I was calling you that or whatever, but that's not what I said and that's not the terms I used. But I understand how it could have came across that way. or whatever. Look like therapy is really working out for my girl. She using these terms. Yes, Danny, yes. Let's just give Danny a hand clap right quick. I like that for you, Danny. I like that for you. But now we get down to the nitty gritty. She books Karen. Karen, you have done nothing to me in this friendship but belittle me, downgrade me, and all of the above. Put me below everybody else. Treat me like I'm at the bottom of the pit. And she has. She was telling truths, honest truths when it came to this. She definitely was telling the truth with this one. Because that's what Karen do. She sees herself as above everybody else. And her mama makes her feel that way. And I've seen that. And yes, I said that Miss Lisa is guilty of that. Because Miss Lisa don't know everything her daughter be doing, unfortunately. She don't know everything. And I guarantee if she knew half the stuff her daughter was doing, she wouldn't approve of it. And she'll put Karen in her place real quick. So after Danny tell her about her, how she felt they was treating her in the front group, belittling her and things like that, and downgrading her and stuff like that, she gonna turn around and say, well, I guess that was petty of me. No, you wrong. Period. That's not petty. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're along a whole different line than being petty, child. You in another lane. You wrong. You wrong. You are so wrong. I need to find a word for how Karen was acting, girl. I need to find that word. Because, girl, petty do not describe this girl to me. So Karen said, man, I didn't even know it was this bad. Girl, you think? You really didn't know it was this bad. She said, girl, I may laugh. I may joke. I may brush it off, but that really hurt me. How y'all was treating me. And that's all of them treating her like that. That's why I said Danny do not belong in this little friend circle. She different. These girls, oh girl, that's not, they not the females I would want to be around. I can't. I've endured this type of stuff in college. I resonate with Danny and how she feeling. I've been in these groups. That's why I've subtracted myself from these groups. I believe it was my sophomore year I stopped hanging around in groups in college and started going out by myself and doing stuff by myself. Because people really are like that. I've dealt with Karens in college, belittling me, thinking they high and mighty. I've dealt with that. Baby, I have really dealt with that. So I understand where Danny coming from. Like, girl, I'm not about to deal with you. And I still strongly believe Danny do not need to be a part of this friend group. She more of a friend to them than they are to her. Because every time you look around, they pointing fingers at her. And judging her for the things that she's doing. Like, girl, put your finger down. You need to humble yourself. Because you're doing far worse than she is. Come through. Come through. Oh, girl, I can't. So Danny she's had it. She's done. She said, at this point, I'm just done. I'm done. And Karen gonna say, well, Danny, why you ain't just say nothing sooner? Can't nobody talk to you, Karen. Because like I said, if it's either your way or it's the highway. Either you right and I'm wrong. Or nothing just not gonna work out. I'd have been deuced out on this friend group, girl. Bye. Have a nice life. Girl, I could never. But they eventually end up apologizing to each other or whatever. But y'all know how Cousin G feel about Karen. I don't believe her. Sorry. Because she has shown me time and time again that she can't change. She that damn zebra that can't change his stripes. She can't. It's impossible. And I doubt the baby's gonna do it for her too. I doubt a baby is gonna make Karen change her ways. It's not gonna help her. Karen really stuck like this. She came out the womb like this. Bad enough she only child. I have my theories about people being only children. And it's not all the only children. It's not all of y'all. It's some of y'all who feel entitled like Karen is. It's some of y'all, a small percentage of y'all who act like Karen. Ooh, girl. Girl, let me get off this scene. But before I leave the scene again, cousins, I'm sorry. What she was going with this is, if she seen her friends hanging with Tiffany, she would feel some type of way or whatever. That's what she said. She felt like she understood Karen and what Karen was going through and how she was feeling about her hanging with Fatima. So that's where the debate came in at. That's why it's all so confusing, but it all makes sense at the same time. So I could see how she could see how Karen feels about the association between the friend group and the other woman. That's it. All right, and I'm done for real this time, cousins. I'm done. Next thing, cousins, we back at the Taylor residence. Girl, Zach is on the phone with Nate, trying to get him to come watch Michael. Why would you call this half of mine? Girl, I had so many words that I can't use them on this platform. I have to be respectful. Why would you call this half a man to watch your child for an hour? Girl, I wouldn't even want him to watch my child for 5 seconds, girl. I do not trust Nathaniel, girl. Y'all know who Nate is. My Zatima crew. Y'all know who Nate is and why he is not to be trusted, y'all. Especially not around that house. And they just still next to... Girl, no, Nate. No, Zach, don't call Nate. Luckily, Nate says that he not going to be able to watch the child. Or whatever. So, then he gets a knock at the door. It is Deja from next door. Hey, Deja, girl. Look, they putting all the Zatima crew on here. Girl, that make me miss Zatima so much. Now, BT, stop playing these games and release that trailer. On God. Release season 3 trailer. On God. I'm serious, y'all. Got the fans upset out here. Release that trailer, please. And stop giving us these little chicken nugget clips, girl. It's making me upset. I am upset. So, Deja is coming to see Zach because she needs to pay the rent. She's apologizing for being a couple of days late or whatever. And she know about the late fees and stuff like that. So, Zach instantly has an idea. How about I not charge you late fees for the rest of the lease and you watch my kid while I go run to the hospital real quick for an hour? Okay, Zach, you sure that's a good idea? But you not. Oh, Zach, you sure? Do what you want to do. Whew. So they make the agreement or whatever, and Deja ends up watching Michael while Zach goes to the hospital and handles business. Girl, this is... Ooh, he asking for it, girl. He asking for it. Next thing, cousins, we back in the law office, girl. It's Miss Marie. Hey, Miss Marie, girl. It's Miss Marie, Hayden, and Andy having a discussion. Hayden apparently says that he can find out if Mr. Willis is cheating on Miss Willis so that they can finalize this divorce and force him out for adultery or whatever. Girl, Hayden, where you finding that out? Because right now she's still married and you was knocking this lady boots in her hotel suite. You better make sure you can find that evidence, girl. So why they talking or whatever? Pam walk through. Come through, Pam. Hot girl, Pam. Hot girl, Pam. Hot girl, Pam. Girl, Pam came through with the dog on samples. Girl, started passing them out to everybody. Girl, so before she could turn around, girl, to pass the sample to Miss Marie, she look at Miss Marie. She said, oh, I know you lying. I know you. This the Miss motherfucking Marie. Girl, she a fan, girl. A fan. She said, I read your Forbes article 4 times, girl. I am your biggest fan. Girl. Come on now. And Miss Marie actually was intrigued by her. Literally, like she liked Pam. She said, girl, it's never a dull moment in this office or whatever. She said, and I like this fine creature. Here, where did you find her at? Girl, so Hayden made a smart remark like, Andi, please control your hood rat friends. Like, boy, you don't. Hayden, shut up. Shut up. You don't know who that girl know. You done already got left on top of your car naked once. You don't know who Pam is. Pam from the hood for real. Like, you serious? That what you want? So she quickly snatches her product back from him. He said, whoever messing with you deserve bald head baby ass girl. Okay, Pam, you got that one, girl. So, girl, she gave Miss Marie the tightest hug. Like, I know you. You are my inspiration. And I thought Pam. I thought Karen was your inspiration, Pam. No, not no more. Okay, all right, I'll take it. So Pam and Miss Marie walk away together, girl, strutting. She said, "I'm about to tell you how I created Rooster Riches. It came to me in a dream, and how I started in my boss's salon kitchen, mixing my products and stuff like that." So. They get on the elevator, and that leaves Hayden and Andi together. And Andi tell him, you better make sure that we could get this information you kept telling that woman about her husband cheating on her and stuff like that. And he said, I know I'ma get it. I know I could get it. And Andi tell him, if you don't get this on this case, you know we screwed, right? This whole firm gonna be talked about real bad if you don't come through with this information that you said you could come through with. So, man, if you don't hold your end of the bargain, Hayden, we gonna be screwed, because you trying to get on this woman good side and make partner. You still ain't making partner, Hayden. Soon as your friend go to jail, you going right with him first as an accessory. You going to jail with him too. So after Andi and Hayden finish their conversation or whatever, she gets a text message from Gary talking about the clock's ticking. Gary, get off my line, girl. Get off my line, wasting my unlimited text messaging time. You're wasting my unlimited time, Gary, girl. Get off my line. I wish they hurry up and catch this fool. Next scene, cousins is back at the Taylor's residence or whatever. Deja is in the middle of making Michael something to eat, and Fatima walks in the house, girl, and she greets Michael or whatever, and she asks him where his daddy at, and Deja is spooked. She said, oh Lord. She knew it was hammer time, girl. She said, oh my God, like she was super nervous. Then she turned around, and Fatima finally looked up and said, what are you doing here? And Deja tried to explain to her that Zach asked her to watch Michael or whatever. Like, she was like, Zach didn't call you and tell you that he asked me to watch Michael while he went to go handle business at the hospital or whatever. And Fatima was like, no, whatever. And girl, she said, well, I made him some snacks and his juices and stuff. It's such a girl. She was just nervous. I made him a snack or whatever, and Fatima took the plate and put it down, and she said, now get out. She literally kicked the girl out. No thank you, no nothing. Just kicked her out. Now, Fatima, you know that was rude. Given that her and Deja had been through some stuff on Zatima, I can understand why she feel the way she feel, but sis, don't be rude. She was watching him. Can you please just say thank you to her? Or whatever, and then excuse her out the house. Not do it. Just kick her out like that. I understand though, Fatima. I do. I honestly do understand why she went the route that she did. But god damn. Girl, she put the field gold in Deja hood when she walked in that doggone door. So I'm tickled. I am tickled, girl. I am so tickled, girl. Next scene, cousins, we back at the Taylor's residence, girl. Fatima is sitting at the table waiting on Zach to come through the door, child. And what he do? He already knows she mad. He already know she livid. Well, she not that mad. You know, she just mad. She still mad. I don't know what, I'm not putting a level on this. She just mad or whatever. And she said, he started explaining himself or whatever. He said, I know you mad because I had Deja in here watching Michael and I only did what you told me to do. So you still mad at me? And Fatima like, no, I'm not mad. He said, well, can I get a kiss? Child, soon as he leaned in for a kiss, she put him in a headlock. A straight headlock. Why would you have that thought in my house? I done told you about having that girl in my house. Child, she really had him choked up. Like, don't play with me, Zay. Don't play with me. So she finally let him go, and he started telling her, look, I did what you told me to do. Like, why you mad? He said, but you could have called. Wait, what if Michael would have came downstairs and seen you choking his daddy? He said, luckily, Michael is out. He's feeling much better. He's out having ice cream with Angela, who you should have called in the first place to come watch him. Not Deja. I knew you was going to find some type of way to get this girl back in my house. She don't like Deja, yo. She really do not like that girl. And I understand why. I truthfully do. But you have to understand where Zach was coming from. Like, he was put in that position to make a split-second decision. And, of course, he wasn't thinking. And that's Zach. We know Zach don't be thinking all the time. He just be doing. And that's not good for him. But he still be doing it. And we've grown to accept him in his ways of doing it. Or whatever. And, child, she said, well, that's who you should have called in the first place. And he said, I didn't even think to call Angela. Or whatever. But I got a chance to see the babies. Or whatever. Well, Fatima asked him how it went at the doctor's appointment. And he said, well, I got a chance to see my baby. Well, the babies, my babies, and Erin babies, and Karen babies. And they were beautiful. And she said, how you know it was just an ultrasound on a machine? He said, they my children, so I know they look good. I know that's right. Zach, stand on it. They're my kids, so I know they look good. I don't care what nobody say. They look good to me. Nah. I understand Zach, I stand on that too. Period. But she said, oh, that's good. She said, I'm sorry I wasn't able to come, but maybe next time, you know. And he said, yeah, maybe next time. I love you. And then she said, I love you, babe. And then they kiss or whatever. I like how they coming together and they blending this whole ordeal. Because he even threw in that that's Fatima children too. Even though they not biologically hers. Her and Zach is one. So they make his kids her kids. This is all so crazy. It sounds crazy even saying it, cousins. But I like that they all coming together on this. This is real good blendedness. This is very good stuff right here. I like this. Next scene, cousins, we in the restaurant with Sabrina and Mr. Domani Hendricks. And they are starting on the interview or whatever. And before he actually started with it or whatever, well, I want to say they did start with the interview. And Sabrina says, well, what do you want me to talk about? How I was unfairly treated after I was accused of being a part of a bank robbery that I had nothing to do with or whatever, and how the company didn't let me come back until I was fully proved innocent. And, ooh, that shut him down. He was like, I don't know if that's something we won't put in the article. Why? You don't want to put corporate on blast for what they did to this black woman? Why not? You think giving her job back was enough? No, that wasn't enough. I want more. What you talking about? What you talking about? Y'all gonna pay for all the stress y'all put me through. Period. Like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I ain't done with y'all yet. Y'all may have gave me this position and all these props and stuff. No, that's not enough. Because right now y'all trying to throw it off. No, that's not enough. I don't think so. I don't think so. So Damani was like, I don't know if that's something we want to put in the article or whatever. We just want to know about the more personal side of Sabrina or whatever. So they start getting to the interview, and girl, in walks Rich. Rich is walking into the restaurant or whatever. But while he's walking in, you know, they getting into the interview and asking Sabrina about, you know, her relationship status. Is she married? Is she single? Does she want kids? And that comes up as soon as Rich even enters the thing. Girl, this is what got me. This is what got me. He asked her, did she want kids? And she said, yes, I would love to be a mother one day. As a matter of fact, I'm going through fertility treatments or whatever to freeze my eggs or whatever. And Damani said that is a good standpoint for you. A woman want to have children on her own terms. I like that. I like how he put that or whatever. And that made her feel a type of way. It kind of empowered her a little bit. But girl, when Rich came, sat at that table, he looked like he was on it. Like, you said you had a work commitment and you here with him. He said like that, but he tried to underhand say or whatever in front of the man's face. And the man tried to dap him off and everything. He just looked at the man's hand like, I ain't about to dap you off. I don't even know you. For all I can know, you up in here trying to mac on my woman. No. And Sabrina had to explain to Rich, this is the commitment that I told you, this work commitment. I'm actually being interviewed for an article in the corporate newsletter. This is Damani Hendrix, the man who's interviewing me. Oh, all right. Yeah. And Damani introduced himself again, and they actually shake hands this time. And he said, I'm so sorry, though. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that or whatever. And Damani tell him, I understand where you're coming from, because a woman as beautiful as Sabrina, yeah, I'd be doing that too or whatever. And he was like, yeah. And then Damani go back on to the baby terms. Like, it's to my understanding, you two are trying to work on starting your own family. And Rich look away, and Sabrina said, no, I'm doing the fertility treatment solo. Rich doesn't want any kids. Girl! Look at Rich's face. If that ain't make him feel low, I don't know what else did. But that was the truth, Ruth. And they needed to say it out loud and get it out there. And especially in front of somebody else, so they could see what was really going on and how they, I hope they seen and felt like they was wasting each other's time. Child. And honestly, cousins, I'm going to say this and I'm going to keep it like this. I'm standing 10 toes down on this. Damani want a big family. Y'all heard that man say that. And he been slick side flirting with Sabrina too. And I know y'all seen that and felt that too, because I felt it. So I know y'all felt it. So what if Sabrina drop Rich and get with Damani? But then would there be a conflict of interest since he do work for corporate? I don't know, I'm just saying. This is right here. It's the time right here. You done met the man who said he wanted a big family, and this what you want too, sis. Leave Rich ass alone. He don't want no children. He don't want no damn children. Girl, talking about he gonna cross that bridge when he get there. Bye, Rich. Bye. I think this is the end right here. This to me signified the end of Rich and Sabrina relationship. I stamped it. Cousin G called it first. Y'all heard it right here. Y'all heard it right here first. Next scene, cousins, girl, we back at Jordan apartment, Jordan house, or whatever you want to call it. It's a townhouse. I don't know what the landscape of this place is, but we're at Jordan's place, and Andi knocks on the door. This is the epic scene where Andi breaks it off with Jordan. Girl with a piss poor excuse, talking about it hasn't been working for a while. What haven't been working for a while, Andi? Girl, you just told the boy finally that you loved him. And he loved you. Like, what's not working out, Andi? Why you not explaining it to him? Why you can't be with him, Andi? And Andi just started crying. We just not gonna work, and we just need to end things before we get too deep. And I'm sorry I got you and your sister into all this mess, and it's because of me and Gary's obsession with me, because that's why y'all in this mess. Girl, you disgusting. I swear to goodness God, I wanted to trash my 55-inch TV, child, real quick. I was that mad. I was slamming stuff. Girl, I was upset. Like, Andi, what is you doing? What is you doing? You feel like what you doing right here is protecting him? What you need to do was tell him what was wrong, what was really going on, so he could probably try to get something done and get Gary put underneath the jail and free you and Penelope. Girl, this stupid girl. Then when she did that, she walked out the girl, just stupid. Stupid Andi. She a special kind of stupid. Girl, she just made me mad, girl. Ugh. Alright, cousins, that's it for the recap and review of Sistas Season 7, Episode 18, titled Where Do Broken Hearts Go? Girl, this episode, girl, I loved it. All of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Even the not so ugly, girl. I loved all of it, girl. Shout out to the writer on this episode, girl. You did your thing. You did your thing in letting Danny express herself. Oh, that was my favorite part because y'all already know how Cousin G felt about that little klepto kid. That klepto kid, girl. Make sure y'all slap that like button like it owe y'all some money. Scream at Cousin G in them comments, girl. Let me know what y'all thought about this episode. What was y'all favorite part of this episode? Just let Cousin G know how y'all felt. Scream at me in them comments. And share this video with all y'all people. Your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, y'all cousins, your mess ass auntie, your nose ass uncle. Probably like, Zach, don't leave that kid with Deja, boy. I know, Unc, I was scared from. I was scared, Unc. And baby, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, girl, what is you waiting on? I'm tired of telling you subscribe to this channel. You here every day. Every day, unsubscribed. Girl, what is you waiting on? Subscribe to the channel. You know you love Cousin G. Like Cousin G be loving on y'all. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see y'all in the next video, cousins. Then my girls hold me down when them boys mess around. Love y'all, cousins. Bye.